Hey, wild man. You guys gonna start the sidewalk? You haven't heard the quadruple homicide in Idaho? You haven't heard about that? There was 4 students that were stabbed to death. I think about 2-3 weeks ago now. So I feel really bad, but I can't remember the brunette's name. But there was the brunette and her boyfriend, right? I think, honestly, because people are paying too much attention to Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. Because I think if it was all about Kaylee, even the other 2 roommates would have been murdered. Like, it would have been way more than just the 4. Oh, I think it had to do with, I think it was an ex of the brunette. And the reason why I say that is because if it was the ex of the brunette, the killer would have been looking for 2 people sleeping in one bed. And given that Maddie and Kaylee, given that Maddie and Kaylee were best friends, they probably often slept in the same bed. And I think Kaylee and Maddie were identification basically. And I think the reason why Kaylee has more wounds on her is because she woke up to Maddie getting hurt, and so Katie was had warning, so she was able to fight back more than the other ones. So I really do think it's an ex of the brunette. And then I think after the killer got to Kaylee and Maddie, then he went and found his actual target. Yeah, they do. They think Kaylee had the stalker, and that's why they think Kaylee had more damage to her body. But that's why I said, why would the 2 single roommates on the first floor be ignored, but the 2 people sleeping in the bed on the second floor and the 2 people sleeping in a bed on the 4th floor or 3rd floor are the ones who were murdered? Yeah, they're clear suspects. That's why I think it was an ex of the brunette. I think Kaylee and Maddie were mistaken by being 2 people in one bed. What do you think? Now, I think people are snapping more and more. But that's because of our generation and being spoiled and not knowing what repercussions are and consequences are. Well, depending on where the stab wounds are at, one of them could have been killed instantly. Or like, nobody's talking about, I bet you one of the 2 of the boyfriend and girlfriend, I bet you one of them has more wounds than the other, because I bet you one of them woke up while the other one was being stabbed. But he could have been stabbing both at the same time. That's what I'm saying, Tony. I think they're just focusing on Kaylee. Yep, you're so scary. Hold on. They're gonna follow me all the way to the end of the fence. Well, or the killer just got lucky. But I think they're focusing on think they're focusing on Kaylee and Maddie because people are saying that Kaylee had a stalker. I did read at one point somewhere that people were saying how some issues with Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, but the parents just went on TV in an interview just within the last couple of days saying they don't think it was Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. But come on, if you're a pussy boy, if you're a pussy boy, and I mean, we don't know how we would react in that situation like that. We could just freeze while watching somebody get stabbed. Like, we don't know. We don't know how we would react in a situation like that until we're in one. But I still think it has to do with the brunette, and maybe she had an ex that. Because why would the two single, sleeping alone housemates be left untouched? But the 4 housemates, they were in 2 beds, 2 people in each bed, were the ones that were murdered. I haven't heard about the Oregon one. I'll have to look into that. Okay, but if it was a serial killer, why did the 2 on the bottom, on the very first floor, get left untouched? Especially if they cleared them out of suspects. Why would the 2 single housemates be left untouched? Well, that's exactly it, Tony. Actually, they were talking about that today. An ex, investigator was talking about that, and he said that it'd be really hard not to leave some sort of evidence, like DNA, behind, because he said more often than not, when you have like a killing like that, obviously it's like fast and just there's a lot going on, and they don't pay attention to where the knife's going, and sometimes the knife will hit a bone or something, and the killer's hand will slide down on the knife and they'll cut themselves. That's funny. Well, it's very possible, given how hard of a sleeper you are, and if you're drunk or intoxicated at all, you're gonna sleep harder. But that's another thing that the investigator said, that with a stabbing, you have less time to like scream out, and that's one thing they're trying to figure out is like the 2, like, did he get them all like at the same time? Because I've seen on TV before, I don't remember what site, but a guy literally stabbed like 2 people and killed them both within just a minute. And it obviously was a crime of passion. I think it was a crime of passion. That's usually what it means when someone gets stabbed. It's either an impromptu, like, not premeditated murder, or a crime of passion. No, they won't. And they just released, though, that Kaylee did have the most significant wounds, but I think it's because she woke up while Maddie was getting hurt. You don't what? I don't remember what I said. What's up with the one in Oregon? Because Idaho and Oregon are obviously right next to each other. Yeah, but when you got 4 victims, especially if one of them was a misidentification, you got to be tired by the second one, third one. But that's true. Well, like I said, I think Maddie and Kaylee were mistaken identity. I think the killer was an ex of the brunettes, and he or she was looking for 2 people sleeping in one bed, because you would go with, like, knowing in a fraternity house, okay, well, my ex is seeing a new dude, like, you're gonna assume that there's gonna be 2 people in one bed. So it's a serial killer, but why didn't the serial killer kill the 2 people that were on the first floor. They skipped the first floor and went to the second floor. Is what you're saying? I guess I don't know the layout of the house. Depending on the layout, maybe he didn't know there was bedrooms down on the first floor. And they said there's no signs of like breaking and entering. Like there was one theory that somebody maybe let them in the house, or he knew, or the person knew the layout of the house already, like they'd been there before. And if it was a stalker and they got Kaylee and Maddie, why would they kill the other couple but not the two on the first floor? Yeah, he exited, but how'd he get in? And why were the two people on the first floor left untouched? That's my biggest question. Yeah, but you is it safe to assume he entered on the first floor? Like how is it possible for the two on the first floor to be completely ignored? As I said, I think it's because it was an ex of the brunette, and the killer was looking for two people in one bed. I do not believe that Kaylee and Maddie. I do not believe that Kaylee or Maddie was the intended target. I really do not believe that. I believe she has more wounds on her because she had, a split-second warning, was able to fight back more, and so the killer had to struggle with her. Shut up, Tony. But this is just a theory. I'm not gonna call and give him a theory. I like to think it's a theory that they've already considered and are looking into. But maybe they already are, and that's a piece of information they're not gonna give out because they don't want anybody to know that they're onto them. That is how they work, So there's that. Oh yeah, I love true crime. I'm gonna get back at I know I said a while ago that I was gonna get back into true crime, but yeah, it sucks to have a lighter. It's just been a while. I was just dealing with all the drama. I'm just done with all that shit. Because it is nice, when you have viewers, but it's not worth it when it causes all this kind of fucking psycho shit. Shut up, Tony. I don't even know when it was. It was 10 days before Thanksgiving. I was probably in jail. No, I'm just kidding. It was after that. Or when I was in jail was after that. Yeah, I couldn't fucking tell you because I don't know. Nope, no alibi. I know, and I'm from Oregon, right? No, but seriously, does that not seem like a very plausible theory? Because why would the two on the first floor be left untouched? That's what I don't understand. And I mean, really, it would be because they were either in on it, that their rooms were tucked somewhere that the killer couldn't see, or the killer was looking for two people in one bed because they were looking for a couple. Shut up, Tony. You know more than I do. Hey, how are you? I'm a pretty cool. I'm a pretty good one, you know. Not much. I'm on a live doing a you're fine. I was just given my theory on one of these this murder that happened in Idaho State. 4 Idaho University students were killed, but there was 6 roommates, and so it's weird that 2 of them. But why did they skip the 2 on the first floor? Why would you attempt to kill 2 people awake and possibly able to defend themselves? They weren't awake. They were sleeping. They were sleeping so much so that no, the police weren't even called until the next day at like around 11 a.m. when I guess they called reporting an unconscious, person. Like basically they thought one of them just wasn't waking up. I don't know who that was, and they obviously, maybe the door was locked. I don't know all the details on that one either. Like why, how could they just thought they weren't waking up or answering because they were all drinking the night before. So you think they entered on the second floor and left on the second floor? Well, I'm under the impression that the 2 on the first floor were asleep. I don't know who. See ya. I don't know how to have to find out more about that one then, because I thought they were all asleep. Because then the investigator was asked that question, and he made it seem like, with the details he knew, that it's very possible nothing was heard from there. Yeah, I'll have to check too. But so you think that my theory doesn't make sense, huh? It could have just been mistaken identity, and then they went and got their initial target. Like, the dog was left untouched. There was a dog. Maddie had a dog. Or not Maddie, I'm sorry, Kaylee had a dog. So they think, like, I mean, they don't know how the dog obviously reacted or anything, but you'd think if it was somebody like that the dog didn't know it would bark, and you'd think that the other roommates would have heard the barking, but they do think that that's very possible that the killer knew the layout of the house. But I'd have to see the layout of the house, like where it must be easy to enter from the second floor. It did look like it was on a hill. I don't know. I'll have to look at that again too. Really, what green-eyed monster? Which part? Who's Jasmine Maxwell though? Right, Kanjer. Yeah, 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 that makes sense. And it could have been possible that someone shut the dog in the other room. Oh, one of the people that worked for him, or one of the girls that yeah, I didn't follow the Epstein. Oh yeah, well she deserves it, so I'm not gonna feel bad for her, but interesting. Man, how do you get away with committing suicide nowadays in jail? That's so crazy. She probably didn't kill herself. Someone probably helped. Not like it's not ever been known for that before it happened. Oh well, we got the killer. We better go turn him in. Okay. Oh, that girl. Yeah, she's sick. Yeah, she's sick. Why can't they testify? Just because she was killed. Oh, because there's probably more out that they didn't know about, huh? You think it's just a cover up? You think Epstein paid enough money to have that covered up? Oh my God, no! Wow, that wouldn't be surprised by that either. Would not be surprised by that. Yeah. Anyways, I have a bunch of stuff I have to go do. Gotta get some more wrapping paper. Gotta get a couple boxes to mail some stuff off. So it was somebody else. She got stabbed in the back. No shit, she got shanked. Seeing, oh my God, how would you stab yourself in the back? Well, I mean, I guess if you that only makes sense if you want it to look like someone else did it, and you like tie the knife up to something and multiple times run into it backwards. But that's a little far fetched. Oh, for sure, Kanger. Totally. That still haven't even been caught yet. Definitely. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and give my opinion for what I thought it was, but leave it to somebody to come in here and try and make me look like I'm fucking wrong and stupid. But I still think so. I still think that that's how it went down. Oh, Mickey, I know you were being sarcastic, but still. No, exactly. Actually, you know what's crazy about though all that is more and more like all these figures that we grew up with and shit that some of them weren't even like idols are sick as hell. Like, what do you guys think about the story that I just recently learned about Morgan Freeman and like the thing that was happening with his a step granddaughter? Yeah, after I see you guys' opinion on that, though, I'm gonna end. I was just coming on here to give my opinion. Actually, I'm gonna end now. My feet hurt because I'm fat. So yeah, I'll be back on later though. I will go live later. For real though, I'm already getting disgusted with them. It's crazy just the shit they get away with and just try. I mean, like even think about it. It's just disgusting.